Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Shogun 2 Total War the Tokugawa campaign. Now, last time we left off, the Saito headed down from the north, the Takeda took Totomi from the south. We're finding ourselves in a sticky bit of a situation. Now, I was considering at this point what to do. I had two choices. I could sit pretty in Mikawa for one more turn to see if the Saito attacked me, or I could take the fight to them in the field, dispatch of them, retreat back into my castle and await an attack from the Takeda. That was my two options. Now personally, I decided to stay in the castle because they're suffering losses due to the weather. I'm in a safe stronghold with a good defensive position, a large amount of archers. So that is what I decided to do. Sit pretty, wait for them to attack me and hopefully drive them back with minimal losses, and then take the Takeda on after that. And that was pretty much what I was contemplating for this whole time. But I ended the turn to see what would happen, and I get the flaming shock of my life. The Takeda leave Totomi with pretty much their entire force, attack Mikawa, and the Saito reinforce them. Takeda Shingen and Saito Dosan. And look at the battle statistics. I potentially am in a lot of trouble here. This could be the downfall of the Tokugawa clan. So join me for the battle to see if it will be my last.
Enemy reinforcements have arrived, my lord!
Hello folks, as I discussed, this is an after-action commentary with the actual replay of the battle, so I can get up close and personal, whereas I couldn't do that in the live battle. This is not going to be a permanent feature, this is just because I forgot to actually record the commentary, so rather than doing after commentary of the live battle itself, might as well take the opportunity to have a bit of a play with the replay. Okay. So, what I've tried to remember from last time is to use my general's rally and inspire features correctly this time, and I've moved my general in close proximity to this side of the castle because I'm getting attacked from both sides here, and I did actually use my rally and inspire correctly this time, although you won't be able to tell from here. Also, to take my archers off skirmish, which I did, put my Yari Ashigaru into spear wall formation, which I think I did, and then basically when these guys get to the top, withdraw the archers manually and move in the Yari onto the wall itself, if possible. So the arrows pepper on down as is customary from our location. The Takeda's Yari Ashigaru commence their climb of the walls, and as they get near the top, the archers will manually be withdrawn, and the Yari Ashigaru will move themselves forward and get themselves ready for the battle. And there they come. Quite a few arrows flying on in from the Takeda end, raining on down on us. I have archers on this side, they're also firing down, keeping these guys busy. Here they go. How's it going, guys? Getting peppered? Lovely job. But right here is where the battle is happening. Up close and personal, hand-to-hand combat. Their Yari versus mine. Some more further down, but they're routing now. They're off and scarpering like cowards, but more of them climb. They're coming over the walls. Look at them go, look at them. Desperate to get inside. My Yari desperate to repel them. Don't forget there's two armies here. Takeda, Saito running up the hill. This, once again, another critical battle for the Tokugawa clan. Some of my bow won't even get in the fight here. Takeda wavering. What about over here? This is where they actually have a little bit of a foothold at this point. I have to send more units up. Here they come. They're coming now. Coming up to reinforce this area where the Takeda have dug in. Dug in deep they have. Look at these guys on the steps. More of them pile on through. But then finally they start to waver. Some more start to run for the hills. But yet more, ever more, still continue to climb. And as you can see the rally symbol on these units. My general used his rally ability this time correctly. Where is he actually? He's actually stood not too far away. There he is, stood observing the fight. More Yari Ashigaru come in to reinforce this area, and finally this large backbone of Takeda infantry, or Takeda spear, finally start to rout. There's still a few more left. The Saito sit pretty. They're just merely observing what the hell's going on. A lot of the Takeda missile troops got obliterated by my missile troops due to the elevation advantage that we've got and the cover, of course. So the Takeda missiles have pretty much been neutralized, which leaves them with their infantry, which half of them are off running to the hills. And the last gasp attempt falls at last. And off they go, running out the front gates. Shame on you, Takeda! So the Takeda infantry has gone. The Takeda bow units have been wiped out by my bow units, so all they're left with is their cavalry and some generals. The Saito now start to move some of their some of their troops under enemy fire, of course. Arrows still raining down. Up, a couple biting the dust as they try and get into position. Up, a few more fall. Don't know where they're going like. A few more troops getting a bit closer. In fact, where are they going? They're running towards the castle. So at this point, there's a lot of manoeuvring. The Saito are moving their Ashigaru units down towards the Takeda, under the fire of our arrows. Some Saito bow units get a little bit up close and personal, start firing on in as well.
Our general is in great danger, my lord.
Oh, here we go. Look at this, raining down. Oh, there we go. Takes a few of them out. Meanwhile, in my castle, I'm just getting my troops into position. I'm swapping out the bow units that are out of arrows, moving them down here out of the way, and taking forward the fresh bow samurai that have full ammunition. So I'm swapping and changing the units to keep them fresh and to keep the ammunition up. There's also some more down here when I do need them, and another unit there as well. So the arrows continue to be fired down on the enemy. as they walk away with their backs to us. No wonder they're bloody dying. Look at this trail of bodies. Quite a few arrows firing in there from the Saito. They obviously have a unit of bows, and there they are. Fresh unit of bows brought forward, firing into my castle. I can't remember if I was putting my units into loose formation or moving them out of the way of the fire of these bowmen. My general's still there, making use of his rally ability, no doubt, at some point. As the enemy, once again, seem to be positioning themselves for something. Takeda combined with Saito on one side, Saito on the other. They're losing badly, taking heavy casualties, wavering, and very, very, very soon they will no doubt be running for the hills. Yep, there they go. Which triggers some Yari Samurai. Oh, and now the armies start to move at last. The Takeda general, still on his horses, starts to move forward. There's also another Takeda general there, dismounting, heading towards the walls. The light cavalry have dismounted. Both sets. Yari Samurai make their way forward. This is the second phase of the assault. The first phase, we didn't suffer that many losses. Most of my losses was to enemy missile fire and the battle up here, but we're still relatively fresh. We've swapped out the archers. We have the tired Yari Ashigaru down here, and we've swapped in fresh ones, so we're pretty good. We're pretty good, still looking strong, and I'm happy at this point of the battle. And the enemy, although they move their troops up and down, they don't do anything meaningful. We have some troops going down. Oops, I'm getting a bit ambitious here. Got some troops sort of meandering about there. The Takeda general has just climbed up there on his own, right into the hands of my bow samurai. Bow units, but because they're bow samurai, they're quite good in melee. And the Tokugawa sliced down the last few units of that particular Takeda general unit. They send up their next general unit, and the fight commences again. Bow Samurai versus Takeda general, and he's stabbed him in the head, and oh, that's bad. But there goes one. One by one they will slowly fall. Oh, he's crawling. Oh, I'm not gonna die. Oh. And he's routing. That pretty much finishes off the Takeda, which leaves us with only the Saito to go. And that's actually their general stood there. Similar to the first battle. Ah yeah, I forgot to turn the battle time limit on, which is something I forgot to do as of the advice from last time. I will try to remember to do that for next time. We had a similar sort of situation. Most of the armies have been routed, but we still have a select few troops refusing to do anything, forcing me to have to take action into my own hands. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm swapping out some more depleted and tired bow Ashigaru and moving in some fresh ones. So whilst we do that, we'll just skip the time.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, my lord.
I'll just skip the time forward a little bit for that. It's just me playing around with my formation ensuring that we get some fresh arrow troops, missile troops to the front lines. And there we go. So we'll start by dispatching of this Saito bow unit here. There we go. This unit of Yari is now heading for the hills. Yep, and they're going. So that leaves us with just this little contingent force of troops to deal with. They ain't coming any closer to us, so we wear them down with our arrow fire, and then I decide to take action into my own hands. I'm not going to sit here all night waiting for them to dance about, so I take out my bow units and set them up over here to try and fire at them from the ground and force them to come towards me, which they then do a lot quicker than I expected. Look at this, it's like a free-for-all. I then decide to bring them back inside, thinking, uh-oh, they're coming quite quickly here. Look at them, they're charging. Yari Samurai, not to be trifled with. Look at the ground shake. The first volley of arrows goes in. But then I take my general's quite close to the action here. A lot closer than I would have liked him to have been, because I took him outside as well. He actually stays and tries to fight. Look at him go! Oh, that wasn't him though. Thank the God. Get back inside, you silly fools! One of my units of bow here are sacrificed to hold back this tide whilst I send the rest of my troops back inside. So I sacrifice this unit to try and get these guys into spring into action. So they died not in vain. So there you go. The rest of my troops are making their way back inside to safety. Get inside! Ooh, it was close, it was close. Just the one unit was sacrificed. Once we get back inside, I reposition them at the walls where necessary, and we once again commence Operation Pepper the enemy with arrows, and look at that, the arrows fly into the ranks! It's raining arrows, and these guys are stood doing nothing about it. But that's not fine, that's fine with me. Ooh, look at that! Oof, and more! Oof, I'm cringing just looking at this. There is only so much of this type of fire that you can take before you really think to yourself, we better do something about it. This is the last bastion of the enemy's attack force, don't forget. Takeda have been dealt with very swiftly. The Saito haven't been too much of a threat either. And merely we pass the time away at the end of this battle, peppering them with arrows from all angles. And it's only a matter of time before they get demoralized and decide it's time to retire.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, my lord.
Seems to be going in slow motion here. It's supposed to be quicker. There's nothing more to this battle other than me, and there we go. They finally waver, and then they go. Under heavy missile fire. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. I sent out my foot soldiers to try and chase them down to stop them from being able to come back at a later time and cause me some grief. And luckily, some of them got stuck here. So I achieved that and actually got quite a few of them killed. There we go, here they come. So we managed to actually wipe out quite a few of them.
A glorious victory will soon be yours.
And I'll tell you something, that victory music never sounded so sweet. Hello, welcome back. So, the Tokugawa still live and our losses will not too significant. We get increased replenishment rate because we are in our castle town, which is a stronghold. But more importantly, the Takeda army was obliterated. The Saito army pretty much was obliterated. Surely the Takeda can't have too many more troops left. I know I said this last time, but this time I mean it. Surely to God they can't have much left. So, this is where we stand at this current moment in time. Yes, during this set of updates we did lose to Tomi, but as you can see here, we still have our units. Very nice and quick replenishment. So I'm confident that this garrison can grow quite quickly and solidify itself. The Saito force has been crippled. They have 2 undefended settlements to the north. I'm quite sure I can dispatch of these guys pretty swiftly. And the Takeda to the south, they have Totomi, but similarly they too have been obliterated. The Imagawa seem to be growing their force, but I'm sure, after fending off so many armies thus far, that won't cause me a problem. Once again, I ask for your advice on how best to get myself out of this little predicament I find myself in. The Takeda, the Hojo, the Imagawa and the Saito are hell-bent on crushing me down into the dust. But I tell you this, folks, the Tokugawa clan is not going down without a fight. I'm still standing, I'm still here, and we will bounce back from this. Until next time, when hopefully, I say this every time, but I mean it, hopefully things will start to look up for our clan. Good night, and I'll see you soon.